challenges developed by Luca, Gluon and the local expert network, I think to us were really important in comparison to the other partners of the STARTS4Water that really focused on the local and regional challenges, as was of course the task. We focused on challenges that are not super local, pharmaceutical pollution and the value of water and the potential of using new technologies to open up the value of water and to question it. So for us, as an art school, it was important that the challenges were very universal because we are sharing and inspiring a new generation of artists and designers throughout the whole of Europe.
My name is Anna Ridler and I'm an artist based in London. I work a lot with kind of technology as part of my practice, and I'm really interested in kind of unpicking that technology to kind of understand how it's created. I'm really interested in systems of knowledge and how knowledge is formed and kept. I'm really interested in looking through history to find kind of where you can see parallels to the current day and exploring what that might mean. I work extensively with data, and I'm both in the front end of my project, so what you see, and also the back end. I've always been interested in different systems around capitalism, around finance, around money, around value, and because they're very human created systems. And I'm really interested in what happens when that hits the natural world. And I've worked a lot with plants and flowers, and so working with water was a totally different way of kind of approaching this, but really, really interesting. Science is constantly trying to articulate what the world is and how it works. And I think that's also very similar to how I approach art. I'm constantly trying to look at the world and kind of articulate how it is in a maybe a different way. I'm interested in reflecting on and kind of exploring how water is managed right now. So it's not necessarily kind of being critical of different water management processes, but it's kind of thinking about the kind of role that water has in society at the moment. I'm really trying to explore the different ways that water maybe interfaces with different forms and different aspects of capitalism. So I kind of see this work as just the beginning of a longer project. I think there are so many ideas that I've had and that each kind of like can get articulated out in different ways. So there will be the upcoming show in Beaux-Arts in the autumn, and I'm really interested and keen to kind of take it out of kind of like a gallery space and place it onto kind of like making it more onto as a web piece and maybe a Web3 piece where it kind of can kind of exist outside of kind of like a quite narrow confine of kind of like a gallery. And that I think for me is really exciting. The local expert group has really allowed me to deeply understand how the different systems and levels and layers of kind of like water and water management works in the region. They've also been able to allow me access to a huge amount of information that again I wouldn't be able to find or work with myself. I think this project is very kind of different for me, whereas kind of previous projects I've looked at kind of like a single object and then telescoped out. With this project it's almost been the inverse, where I've kind of had this whole huge wealth of information and then telescoped in, and so it's been a really interesting experience working in this way.